All right, so you should be recording and good to go.
Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. This is a kind of a new setup for us this morning. Y'all are used to seeing Coach Palmer on here to start the morning, but I'm going to actually be starting off this morning, and we're going to talk about why. The word today is why, and Anthony, that's yours. And Anthony is going to join in today, which I'm so proud that Anthony is going to join me. I'm super proud of that young man. He's killing it in his industry. So, but anyway, thanks for joining us. But the word why, immediately what I thought about when Brent sent this word to me was I immediately thought about my two little buddies that are in Alabama that I claim as my grandsons, Jet and Jace. I can get them out there working outside with me, and I'll say, Jace, why don't you do this? Jet, why don't you do this? Well, why? Well, I answer him. And then again, well, why, Myra? Why? Well, I'm thinking that's not a bad thing, because what it does is I'm trying to engage them in a conversation. So I have to kind of keep thinking ahead and giving them an answer of why. And I can make up some stuff, but those little minds are trying to learn. But in doing some research on this, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Simon Sinek. May not be pronouncing his last name right, but he is a terrific speaker, author. I encourage you to follow him. I encourage you to Google him, get on YouTube and listen to his messages. And he said something that really resonated with me. It's not a secret to most people on this call that, yes, I am full-time at the University of Tennessee, but I also have a side gig, which I'm very blessed with RX. And I'm just fired up about it. But he said something that resonated with me that I wanted to share, because I do think it's going to help me be better in that network marketing thing. He said, why is our purpose. Okay, that's our purpose. People don't buy what we do, but they want to know why we do it. So, when we work from the inside out and talking to our businesses or to our groups, we're talking to the direct part of the brain that controls our behavior. I mean, that just got a little deep for me. I didn't realize all this, but that's what we're doing when we talk from the inside out. He had the why is the middle, how on the outside of it in a circle, and then the what, with why being the purpose. But if we can't explain why we do what we do, how in the world can we expect anybody to be loyal and take anything from us, or wanting to even listen to us about what we're trying to put in front of them or present to them, whether it's in selling, whether if it's in a coaching meeting, whatever it is. If I can't explain it, why should they listen? So, I just think that really resonated with me when I was thinking about it, because I looked at it in a completely, because I think about when I go on these Zoom calls with so many people across the United States and all over the country now, I'm going to change how I talk to them, because I immediately jump out there and go in a whole different direction than what I need to be. So I think we just need to really focus upon what our why is, really look at that, look inwardly a little bit more, and what is our true purpose. So, that's just a little bit of a big word. It's a little word, but it's got a big meaning. And it brought a lot of learning in front of me this morning. So, Anthony, join in, buddy. Let me hear what you got on your why.
Okay. I was very, very nervous when Brent called me and asked me to do this, you guys, because most of the time when I'm doing my lives, it's just me by myself and nobody else can see me. But hey, I'm just going to share from the heart and And a couple of things that was on my mind about everything was like Myra said, what is the why? You know, most of the time it's like the cause or the reason for you doing something and the purpose of why you truly want to do something. And every time I hear the word why, I always think about Mark Twain when he said, there's two important days in your life. The day you were born and the day you find out why. Why do you truly want to do something? Why do you truly get up to go to work? Is it because, hey, you know, you want to go to work so you can provide for your kids? Well, why do you want to do that? Well, maybe you don't want them doing the wrong things. That's why you're doing that. Or maybe you want to be an example to somebody. You always got, and every time somebody tells me the why, I always try to go 3-4 levels deep with their why. Because I can ask you why you do something and then come back and it'll be, okay, so why do you want to do that? Well, I want to provide for my kids. Okay, why would you like to do that? I would like to be a role model. Well, okay, why would you like to be a role model? Because I don't want them to be on the wrong side of the role model. You know, I don't want them following the wrong person, doing the wrong things. And that was something my grandfather showed me a long, long time ago. You know, and also what I thought about why is when you find out the why of why you truly want to do something, trust me, it doesn't matter. You will find out the way to do anything. When you got a reason why, it doesn't matter how long you work. I know my guy Billy, he's always working. You know, sometimes it may be 8 hours, sometimes it may be 10 hours, 12, 14. But guess what? When you've got that why, it doesn't matter what time you get off. You're going to always go and do that side project because you know why you truly want to do something. And when that why is big enough, the how, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how big that how, or how you're going to get it done. You're going to get it done because you know that you got a reason why you want to do it. I love Coach Myra. She's very successful in her profession. And you want to know why she's successful in her profession? Because she knows why she's doing it. I promise you, if I dug deep and I just had the conversation, she know why she's doing it. Every time I talk to Brent, the same way. He knows why he is a part of network marketing every single day. He knows why. Because it's bigger than just him. It's bigger than just the money. It's big. He wants to leave a legacy. And so when you go deep, 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 you'll do anything. And I love leaving tips, you guys. And I kind of broke off and gave a part of my tip a little bit earlier. But, you know, you got to ask yourself the why. And then what I encourage everybody to do today, when you get some free time, you get 5-10 minutes, write down why you're doing something. And then go 3-4 levels deep of why you truly want. Well, I want to do it for my kids. Well, why would you like to do that? Break it down. That's tip number one. When you actually break it down, it makes so much sense. Because I'll give you an example. When I went off to college, it wasn't because I was the smartest person in the class. It wasn't because I loved school. I didn't like school. I love sports, but I didn't like the schooling part. But I knew why I wanted to go. I wanted to make a difference. I got tired of seeing my mom work 2-3 jobs just to provide for us. And I always heard that, hey, if you go off to college, life will be better. Well, I also wanted to, retire my grandfather. And that's why I started my network marketing business, because I said, hey, if I could generate extra little money, maybe he can come home. He was working at 65, 70 years old. He said, well, I'm only working while you're in school. And so I did everything I possibly could to make sure he came home and retired. See, my why was big enough. It didn't matter that I was a double major. It didn't matter I ran track. It didn't matter I was working 2 jobs. It didn't matter all of that. When I got the free pockets of time, I made it work because I had a reason why I was doing it. Tip number 2, this is a big one. A lot of us get on here for motivation, and I love motivation. I love tuning in. I love, I love doing that. But one thing I can tell you is motivation is like a bath. It's something that you got to do every single day. It only lasts for like a day or a couple of hours. And so what I can encourage you to do is, motivation is like the bath. But guess what? It's going to get you up every single day, regardless if you had any motivation. Your why. The people you love and care about. The reason why. See, when you got that why, there's no excuses that will come between you and your goals that you have set for you in your life. No matter what, you're going to make those calls. no matter what, you're gonna do that homework. No matter what, you're gonna show up to that job. No matter what, you're gonna do your best. Why? Because your kids, your grandkids, your spouse, whoever it is that is your why, that's gonna push you every single day. And then tip number 3 is when you feel like quitting, because we all got to that point. You know what? I think I should walk away, man. We all have those days where we just feel like, you know what? It's just not fun. But you know what is going to keep you going? Your why. Think about why you got started in the first place. A lot of us on here are in network marketing or business owners of some kind. Why did you start that? So remember that when you feel like quitting, you know, your why must be greater than your fear. And only then will you step outside your comfort zone. I hope that is good enough for you, Coach Myra. I hope I did all right today.
Listen,
I know I'm not coach, but hey, I do my best to try to learn from him, and he's a great example.
you did a fantastic job. We just really appreciate you jumping on today. And I just want to close it by saying that, you know, we do know all of our, what's our why. You know, we could all share that with one another, but I do want you guys to know y'all are a part of my why, because I think that you guys have given me a completely different perspective on how to keep going. When we get in a rut, how do we keep going? And you guys and your smiling faces every day show up day in and day out through the week. And it's such a blessing. And I can't thank you enough. And Andrea, thank you so much for guiding us through today. And I hope everybody has a fantastic day. As we always say, we love you and look forward to seeing you guys in the morning again. And thanks again, Anthony. You stepped in well for Coach Palmer.